Good morning, my wonderful lead biology students. Oh, we miss you so very, very much. I promise you in the future I will be doing these videos with my child with me and you can see him. But for right now, hi, I hope you all had a wonderful week off and that you enjoyed your gift of time that we so very rarely get. I am here today to explain how our first week of online instruction is going to work. So you'll see I'm here on the home page. Hopefully, you are not only seeing a home page that has this information, but you hopefully also saw the announcement that I sent out. If you have not seen this announcement, it's basically what is also on the homepage. But more importantly, you need to change your account settings. You can do so by going over here to where it says account, and you need to change your account settings so that you can receive these wonderful announcements, not just from me, but from all of your teachers, because it is how we will all be trying to communicate with you for now and into the coming future. But more importantly, let's get back to what's going on this week. So if I head over to my calendar, I'll be able to get the best view of what is going on. Now, please make sure that when you are in your calendar, you don't have tons and tons of classes turned on. Because if you have tons and tons of classes turned on, first of all, it's going to take forever to load. And more importantly, you're going to see a giant mess. Every day will have upwards of a dozen or more things on it. So instead, please make sure that you have only turned on one course at a time, even when you have multiple courses on one day. Just focus on one at a time. Hopefully, you've chosen a good time each day to sit down and work on each of your courses, and you have at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to do that within. For our lead biology class, you'll see that things are a little bit different for us this first week back. We have things every day of the week. Now, I have to apologize in advance. I know that the instructions that we got as teachers and that you probably received at home are that we are going to be following the traditional orange, black, or odd even day schedule. However, Miss Chen and I were running ourselves in circles about how we could possibly still do a debate, and the only way we came up with was to have you post some really awesome debate videos every day for 5 days and to have a virtual debate, which is going to be so much fun. And I'm so excited about it. And Miss Chen's brilliant for coming up with the idea. The only problem was we came up with this idea and started designing it all before the district told us to stick with the orange black schedule. So our apologies, my apologies. We're gonna sort of mix things up a little bit this first week, and I hope you're okay with it. We did make it so that only major assignments are due Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which are our actual class days, and that the things going on Tuesday and Thursday, which are technically non class days, don't take up too much of your time. But let's get back to this. You'll see a number of things on each day. First of all, you'll get a overview agenda for each day explaining what we are doing. And you'll also see this at the start of each module. I'll come to modules in just a moment. You'll also see each day that there are two possible tutorial meetings on our actual class days. There's a 10:30 a.m. meeting that Miss Chen will host for about an hour, and then there is a 2:15 p.m. meeting that I'll be hosting while my child is sleeping, and that'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday for my sessions. For each of the days, you'll see that not only do we have an agenda and a tutorial, but sometimes there's actual assignments due as well. So, for example, on Wednesday, there is an assignment, the Bacterial Transformation Lab Write Up. This is a continuation of the lab we were doing before we left. And the good news is we were able to get all of your results online. Thank you, Ms. Chen, yet again for getting all that organized. And you are going to be finishing your lab write up. It is due Wednesday. You'll see there's a number of other things that are due each day, but we'll come back to those later. What I want to do right now is go into our course and explain the structure of modules. Modules will be how you are accessing most of your work, and so it's important that you get comfortable using those pretty early on. On the homepage here, you'll see an overview of the debate. Yay, we still get to have a debate, and what's going on each day. There's the overview. The biotech lab, we are going to go through results, and those are posted. You can click here or you'll get to that today. And finally, modules. Let me explain really quick here what modules are and how you're going to be accessing these. Now, I'm in teacher view, so you're sort of getting a little bit of a preview here. We've got an optional module from this original week off. It's the show and tell module. If you haven't gone there yet, take a look at it. It's a really awesome discussion board where people have been posting some fun things that they were doing over break. And then each day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, will be one part of our bioethics wrap up. Altogether, that will constitute our first week off, or excuse me, our first week back. So, when we click through here, I recommend that you start each day of the module by starting with the first item in it. These are meant to be proceeded through in order. You'll see this is just another overview of the same things that you see on the front page to make sure you actually read it all. When you're done with each portion of the module, you'll click the next arrow in the bottom right. And there's a little reminder for this on the front pages. And in this case, you'll get to the introduction for day 1, our first week of remote learning. There's a preface here about the debate, and then you'll see that there are 2 general things for us to do. We've got some items related to the debate, and then we've got a few items related to the lab. There's also a couple links to some discussion boards where you can share out show and tell or a mindfulness request. At the bottom of each day, you'll see an overview of what is due that night. So for the first day, it is an introduction video and a look over your lab results. And then you simply proceed next through each item within. So for the bioethics debate overview, there are a number of discussion boards. You'll go through this to post for day 1. Click Next to proceed, and so on and so forth. It's pretty straightforward. You'll know that you get to the end of a module day, either because you'll see the next module day's overview page, or you'll simply come to the end of what you know was listed for that day. And again, you'll know what you need to do each day, either by reading the introductory page on the module or by going through the calendar and looking at the overview agenda. This ends up being a little bit repetitive, so our apologies. You'll most likely see the same information or hear the same information in probably 5 or 6 different ways. You're not going crazy. We are putting in a lot of repetitive statements just to make sure that, especially at the beginning here, you guys know what's going on and how to access everything. I hope that was helpful, and I really hope to see and hear from you all during tutorials or through one of our discussion boards. Have a wonderful first week. We will probably put out another video partway through, and good luck with your debates.